Whereas the dismissive avoidant prefers to have their space because they've grown up in an environment where they feel like they have to do everything by themselves. The fearful avoidant doesn't want to do everything by themselves. They want to be loved even at their lowest. They want to have that kind of best friend. They just want to have the reassurance that you won't leave them the more that they bare their soul to you. And that's the difference here when we're looking at the advice, which people are accurately, I suppose, offering about the dismissive avoidant. But that's not what the fearful avoidant requires. So, where we would find, let's say, betrayal in things like the silent treatment and keeping your distance too far, right? Like not being fully truthful and open with us, not being willing to communicate, which, by the way, the fearful avoidant will happily take accountability and ownership and apologize for something, right? Whereas the dismissive avoidant is more likely to shut down and turn inward and just kind of call it quits and do it all themselves because they don't like the confrontation. The fearful avoidant also doesn't like the confrontation, but they're more willing to work it through because they just want that security through the highs and lows. They're the types that are like the literal ride or dies. But once we're truly feeling as though we were betrayed by a friend, by a partner, a loved one, a family member, and we choose to end that connection, the fearful avoidant will very seldom and rarely return back to those individuals. It's not to say that there isn't a potential for closure or having mature conversations, but there is far less of a likelihood of the fearful avoidant missing you so much that they're going to go out of their way and reconnect with you after X amount of weeks, like so many people claim the dismissive avoidant does, which statistically, yeah, they do show that they keep their distance up to a point and their level of independence doesn't perhaps maybe feel as fun anymore. They start thinking about the good times and then the phantom X phenomenon starts creeping in and all, right? But the fearful avoidant is so hurt by those actions, by that perceived level of betrayal, that even if, as I mentioned, there is opportunities for forgiveness, for having the conversations, because the fearful avoidant isn't one that necessarily fears that. But once that door is closed, it's closed. Very seldom again will they open up that door, especially if they're the ones that had decided to walk away and put an end to it, right? Like, so stop confusing the two, because your partner could be a fearful avoidant and you're giving them more space when really what they require a lot more of is the reassurance, the compassion, just listening to them. We just want to feel as if we're understood. We don't want to be silenced anymore. We don't want to feel like we have to be tiptoeing